Hello all, I'm so excited that you decided to join this webinar today, and I want to give a couple of seconds to people who are just logging in and sitting in comfortably, and grab your drinks, grab your notebooks, make yourself comfortable and ready to go in just a couple of seconds. So let me turn on my slides and we will get started. So in this webinar, I wanted to talk to you about 5 most common mistakes I see people doing when marketing on Instagram. If you've just joined this webinar and don't know who I am, let me quickly introduce myself. So, my name is Lesa and I'm a creative solopreneur on a mission to help other creative business owners leverage the power of Instagram, the hottest social media platform out there. By combining my passion for art and marketing, I can help you tell the story of your business both visually and textually. I believe that with a little help from me, your creative business will be unstoppable. Let me help you create an amazing and enjoyable online presence that will make your business profitable. So without further ado, I want to jump into mistake number 1, and it's so common one, which is the notion that if you post, you will get exposure. No, that's not true. While in theory, yes, you will get some exposure from the followers you already have, you will also get some exposure from hashtags you're using, assuming you're using the right hashtags. Hashtags on Instagram is a whole separate discussion in and of itself, and exposure from the followers you already have won't help you get new followers, right? So don't rely on someone accidentally stumbling upon your posts. Even the best content needs promotion. We now know that great product doesn't promote itself. You do. If you're building a business, you want more and more new people seeing your posts and your handle, especially if you're starting out and your following is not that huge yet, and maybe most of your following consists of friends and family. It's not a really viable business strategy. So in the comment section, tell me, and be honest here, do you believe that simply posting images on Instagram will give you the exposure you want for your business? Have you believed this myth? Are you still believing it? Let me know. I see a lot of confusion. I see yes and no's and maybes. So what should you do instead if you want to build that exposure for your handle and get new eyes on your content? While it's true that you need to post to Instagram in order to be discovered, there's a lot more that goes into promoting your account and acquiring followers. Assuming your content is top-notch, you still need to be an active part of Instagram community to create visibility for your account and your posts. So what does that mean? Engage with people on the platform. Instagram is truly an awesome platform with so many creative people and artists who publish simply stunning content. You should have plenty of posts and accounts to truly enjoy. If you engage with other people's content in a meaningful way, such as leaving meaningful comments, liking beautiful posts, and following those accounts you truly find interesting, people will return the favor. Now, there are a lot of advice out there about some patterns and schemes that work, the most popular of which is probably where you like 3 images and comment on 1 or something along those lines. You can try those and see how it works. However, I personally found that when I find an account that I really like, I can like 2 images or 4 images or 10 images and comment on some photos or not comment at all. I don't have a specific pattern I recommend. Besides, with Instagram's spam filters getting stricter and smarter, I would expect them to notice this patterned behavior. So not to set off any spam filters onto yourself and just be a better, more valuable part of the community, simply act human. So what are my strategies when it comes to engaging with other people? The simplest thing to do is to click into hashtags you're already using. Simply go into hashtags you're using and engage with posts and people that use those hashtags as well. Go through the feed for those hashtags and like as many of the images as you'd like. First of all, it ensures that you share similar interests with this account. Plus, if you go through the most recent images, chances are a lot of those people are still on Instagram and might see your likes in real time, which should prompt them to go check out your profile. Do not spam a single hashtag though, and like all of the images that were ever posted with that hashtag. Spruce it up and like 20 to 30 images under different hashtags you've recently used before moving on to the next one. You don't have to do it for hours on end, unlike some other marketers suggest. However, clearly, the more time you can spend engaging, the better results you will see with your own posts. I suggest staying on the platform right after you post your image and doing this exercise right away because, first of all, you're already on the platform, and secondly, most importantly, like I already mentioned it might give a boost of engagement for your profile. So when you post a new image and it starts seeing engagement right away, it's a really good signal to Instagram algorithms. However, again, do not mindlessly like every single image you see and do this exercise in 15 to 20 minute chunks throughout the day. So this is the first thing you can do, liking other people's posts under the hashtags you're both using. Now, what has an even better return on your efforts is leaving comments. While liking images is nice, comments really stand out better. First of all, it looks more prominent in the notifications, but what's more important is that it prompts the creator of the post to, at the very least, read your comment or even respond to it. It shows the creator of the post that you took the time to leave a thoughtful comment, so they want to return the favor. Now, I mention thoughtful. This is important. If you leave a single emoji or a single word comment, you don't really create the room for conversation. There is not a good way to engage with your comment when it looks copy-pasted. Now, this is not to say that you can't leave a single word comment ever. I do it sometimes when I simply want to say that the image is stunning or awesome or something like that. However, again, contrary to what other experts are recommending, do not go pasting the same vague comment into all photos you see. I guarantee you it will trigger Instagram's spam filter. Finally, follow accounts you're genuinely interested in. Not every single one will follow you back, especially not right away, but that doesn't matter. If you truly enjoy a given account, it will take your Instagram experience more enjoyable. Plus, over time, if you do like and comment on this profile's images, they might notice you and follow you back. Also, do not participate in those follow for follow schemes because again, it will catch attention of spam filters if you're following and unfollowing too many accounts. I think the current limit is about 60 follows and unfollows in an hour. But what's more important is that if you continue to do something like that, chances are people will start reporting your account and you're running a risk of being banned from the platform altogether. Again, not something you want for your business account. So strive to build an authentic following and an engaged community for your Instagram profile. So let's dive right into the most common mistake number 2, and that is the idea that those old pics don't matter, right? Well, unless your branding is on point and you've never posted less than a stellar image onto your business profile, this is wrong. You don't have to keep your old images if it doesn't make sense anymore for your profile. I give you the permission to go through your account and delete all of the old images you feel embarrassed or unsure about. For example, you could have changed your mind on the style of your profile, the filters you're using, the palette, the mood have changed. Maybe you winged your posting a few times when you were starting out and posted low quality images. So why would you want to keep them? Or perhaps you hosted a contest a few months ago and now those posts are pretty useless to your feed. You can leave those up for a few weeks or a month to make sure that the participants have had a chance to go back and find out who the winner is. But after that, feel free to delete it to keep your feed streamlined and polished. If you have simple special memories with some of the images on your feed but know that they don't quite fit in anymore, screenshot them, save them, or archive them. There's now a feature in Instagram where you can archive your images. So why does it matter? Instagram is a very visual network. So guess what? Your branding has to be on point. While people may love your brand, your witty captions, or your awesome personality, the first thing they will notice about your feed and whether to follow you or not is by looking at the aesthetics of your Instagram profile. Visual representation of your brand online may be the first experience your audience has with it, so make sure it's great. Ensure that Instagram fits in organically into your overall branding and business strategy. Once your customers land on your profile, they have to recognize your brand immediately. Yes, I can hear your head shake like duh, but hear me out, please. While it's written out in every single Instagram related article and guide, people and brands still manage to make this mistake. This is crucial, people. You cannot expect engagement and thus building business on Instagram if you post subpar images. This just won't fly. So to set up your profile for success, I have to talk to you about beautiful images. There's just no way around it. Take a really close look at your content. Can you honestly say that this is the best you can do? That these images sell whatever it is you're offering? If you can truly say that your images are amazing, you're good to go. Skip this lesson and this mistake altogether. However, I can almost guarantee you that there is a room for improvement. Please let me know and type your responses to these two questions. Question number 1 is, are all, as in every single one of your images, high quality? If not, delete bad images right now. Yes, you've heard me right. Delete every picture that is meh at best. They're not achieving a goal of beautiful presentation, and they're not working to strengthen your brand on Instagram. It might be hard at first to let go of some images, but you will thank me later when your Instagram handle looks like $1 million. And then question number 2 is, do your images create a cohesive gallery? Strong branding makes you look professional. It evokes trust. It creates a sense of authority. Does your handle look like a mumbo jumbo of things or like an art gallery exhibition? Do you keep colors, fonts, and filters consistent? Keeping those small things constant will make a huge difference. So we've uncovered this mistake. What can you do about it? I wouldn't want you to leave this webinar with a problem to figure out on your own. I will guide you to a solution that will help you up your Instagram game. So how can you go about creating beautiful imagery for Instagram that reinforces your brand? You have quite a few choices here, actually. You can take your own photos, you can hire a professional photographer, or you can use stock images. Yes, stock images will work as long as you use them as a starting point for your creativity. There are many amazing stock photo websites out there that let you use images for free or for a small fee. You can employ stock images once in a while, but try to use as much of unique imagery as possible. This will add a personal touch and tell a story about your brand. Hire a photographer to create high-quality pictures of your product and your business. So, if you use lots of your own images, however, make sure that they're well lit, high contrast, and clear. If the image is great contextually but is grainy or dark, try to find it in better quality or recreate it. Say your photos look a bit different with different things going on in them, you can still bring this all together with a consistent filter choice and a consistent font or other brand element. You can also combine images with text to create some variety in your visuals. Once you grab a few images, use photo editing tools such as VSCO, Canva, or Adobe Photoshop to make them truly yours. Play with colors, filters, add text overlays to tell your story. People appreciate it when you take the time to create pleasant user experience. This strategy works perfect for both product-based and service-based businesses. Just be creative in your image choices and spend some time crafting the message you want to convey through your imagery. Which brings me to my next point. It may be challenging enough to take amazing photos on a constant basis. It might be even harder to ensure they all feel like pieces of one puzzle. Don't get discouraged here though. You can create consistent Instagram look And consistency is the key to visual marketing on Instagram. So decide whether you want your brand to come across as serious, dramatic, romantic, classy, or maybe funky. Use filters to submerge your audience into this feeling. First, look for your brand colors. If you're creating product photos or staged photos of product usage, it should be relatively easy to bring in those colors into the photo. If it's text-heavy images, then again you have full control over font colors. Finally, if it's truly a lifestyle photo, a behind-the-scenes moment, or a casual photo with a little help from filters, you can enhance that brand look. Spend a little time going through all the filters Instagram offers already. Some filters intensify hues and increase contrast. Others make photos look more subdued and pale. Yet others bring out specific colors and pictures. Plus, some other filters will warm up the colors in a photo or will cool them down. So keep all of those things in mind when looking for the perfect filter. If Instagram filters don't satisfy you, check out VSCO filters. These free and paid filters are a little more sophisticated. If you find a collection or a filter you like, spend a few bucks on it to drive your Instagram branding home. The question of branding is one of the most central to success on Instagram. I even devoted a whole chapter in my course just to branding. So mistake number 3 is a very common one as well and will require a bit of a mind shift. It will improve your Instagram presence and attract more authentic followers to your handle though, so it will be a really good one. So most common mistake number 3 is the mindset that your brand profile is about you and your brand only. So take a second and let me know in the comment box whether you think this is true. Your brand profile is about you and your brand only. So if it is only about your brand, then your Instagram presence is in big trouble. Why? Your Instagram presence has to be about your target audience, your followers, and their preferences. If you enjoy Instagram, I'm right there with you. Your personal profile is all about you, your children, cats, memes, whatever it is you love. However, if your business is on Instagram, it is because you want to attract your ideal customers and make money off of this platform, right? Would you agree with me? So to do that, you have to appeal to this ideal client avatar. Think about why they should care about your company and your Instagram handle. So it follows that you have to make your Instagram presence about them and not so much about you. So how do you do that? I've got a plan for you. No product serves any good without an audience. There has to be buyers and consumers for your product or service in order for your business to thrive. First of all, of course, we need to uncover your ideal audience. And let me get one thing straight. There's no such target audience as everyone. Even the products all of us use every day have their respective target audiences. So define their age, location, interests, needs, aspiration, etc. Then you have to align your offering with their needs and values. This is important because people choose products based on what values they see in them. People in your audience strive to achieve something, whether it's financial freedom or prosperous life or career advance. You need to understand their drives and desires. If they haven't achieved their goal, there has to be something in their way that acts as a block, whether it's mental, financial, or physical. Identify what those blocks are to understand their struggles. And to appeal to this audience, you have to tell and show them how your offering will help them overcome their blocks and finally achieve their goals. Next, think about the kind of experience you want to provide. Clearly, the brand experience has to be customer-centric, but what does it mean for each individual? We all have completely different ideas about what customer-centric experience is. So define everything that goes into an experience you'd like to create. This is what will set you apart from competition. Apple might not be the only company selling computers, but their buying experience is unique. Virgin Airlines are not the only airlines in the US. However, people get really excited when they talk about them. Same with Starbucks. Anywhere you go in the world and you see Starbucks, you know exactly what it stands for and what it means, because they created this all-encompassing branding that cannot be confused with any other coffee shop out there. So now we can put all of these considerations together into a visual identity for your brand. The first thing to understand is that the mood of your business and its target audience will dictate aesthetics of your brand presence. So what is the mood of your business? Some businesses have to be serious, while some companies can get away with a little humor and knock-knock jokes. Some companies appeal to its audience with playfulness and flirt and this bubbliness. Others have to show their sense of style or glamour. Other companies have to be forward-thinking to win any customers for themselves. So think about what kind of language and wording your audience uses when talking about their needs and values. This is important because you have to talk in their terms and words to truly align yourself with them. When people read a solution to a problem that is stated in exact words as they'd put it, they instantly know they found the right solution. Every aspect of your business has to show them you get them. Language, wording, humor, imagery, everything has to speak directly to them. So focus on those details that truly drive a feeling of community and brand loyalty. Think of what would get their attention. It can be a question or a striking image or a challenge or a simple "we get you" message. Instagram is unique in that you have to storytell with images, and a lot of people seem to have challenges with selling their brand stories when they have to rely heavily upon images instead of words. However, once you define your audience, their needs, wants, and values, and you incorporate all of that into a fun Instagram presence that is engaging for your ideal client, you will be golden on Instagram. If you need more insight into your audience and how to drive your Instagram presence home, there are a few things you can do. The easiest one is to ask them directly. Post an image and ask them what they'd like to see more of in terms of content, what they like to see in your offering, what their struggles are, what their aspirations are, and work it all into your existing Instagram branding. Instagram is very, very big on selling this aspirational lifestyle, so you have to know what inspires your audience and what that aspirational lifestyle looks like for them. Another thing you could do is to check your analytics. Whether you have an Instagram business account or you use a third-party tool to get your analytics, you should have access to their basic demographics data. Finally, tune into what people say in the comments, what people in your audience post themselves, what type of imagery and content they respond best to. That should hint you at their interests and their aspirations. Okay, so we're halfway through. So let's talk about the most common Instagram mistake number 4, and that is missing out on opportunities to send traffic to your website and engage them there. I'm talking about that link in your bio. Let me guess, it's sent to your homepage. No, just don't do that. Instagram has been a pretty self-enclosed social network from the beginning, and this platform is nowhere near like Facebook or Pinterest, where you can freely share as many links as you'd like. With Instagram, you have only one chance to send people off the platform with the only organic live link in your bio. So how do you leverage this chance, not counting advertising of course, to send the traffic somewhere else and maximize your results? First of all, let's talk about why would anyone casually scrolling through their Instagram feed choose to get off the network to go somewhere else. The only way these people will click on the link is due to a combination of these 3 things. They absolutely love your feed and want to see more of your brand. Your bio is so intriguing they have to know more. Or you have an incredible offer for them waiting at a click of a link. Once these 3 criteria are met, you should start seeing a healthy amount of traffic coming to your website from Instagram. It always helps to have an enticing offer on your bio that would interest people. It may be a sale or a discount code, but it's best if you could give them something for free, even if it's a simple checklist or a guide or a 15-minute consultation call. While you may be really focusing on Instagram at the moment, you still need to think of ways to continue the connection and the conversation with these people. While Insta is a really cool platform, it's just that it's not owned by you, so your followers are not owned by you either. So think of collecting their emails for future use or creating a specific landing page for Instagram traffic. In any case, I would advise against sending them to a homepage and let them scatter around your website. Most likely, your homepage paints a very broad picture of your brand. While it may be a good starting point for people who randomly stumbled across your website and looking for more information, it is not ideal for people who are already on your site and had some sort of previous interaction with your company, even if it's on Instagram. Now that they're on your website already, you want them to take the next step, whatever it may be for your business, whether it's scheduling a call, signing up for a webinar, or placing an order. Homepages tend to have a lot of information and links crammed onto them. This results in informational overload and choice fatigue to a point where they feel lost. Take them through a clear path of the obvious next steps. Be strategic with this link, as it is the only organic clickable link. This is really important. Even if you don't have anything particular in mind right now, find a way to somehow capture those interested enough to click the link in your bio. Create a special landing page that is exclusive to Instagram. First of all, it makes tracking traffic on that page super easy. You'll know that it all comes from Instagram. Plus, you have full control of how this page looks, so you can keep your branding consistent and you can make this page as elaborate as you'd like, or keep it super simple with the logical next step you want them to take. One thing to keep in mind either way is that Instagram traffic is mobile, so your landing page has to be extremely mobile friendly. Keep the page clean and visually pleasing. Simplify this page until it hurts because it will load much faster. Resize any graphics or videos only to those dimensions they will be used in. You shouldn't insert huge images that will be displayed at only the fraction of the resolution. Now, and this step is really important, I can't stress enough. You may have heard or noticed yourself that analytical tools such as Google Analytics often report Instagram traffic as direct because all referrer information gets stripped away when switching between apps. So we need to take care of tracking. To truly get all the data we're after, we can use URL shorteners. I prefer to use Google URL Builder, but you can use Owly or Bitly if you prefer. I usually input information about the source and medium into the URL itself at the very minimum. So Instagram, social. Now, every time someone clicks on the link in your Instagram bio, you will have all the information you need about them. You can compare that number to the number of clicks reported in your Instagram analytics if you do have access to them in business tools. So, why I like to use Google URL Builder is because you now not only know that they indeed came from Instagram, but now you can also track them throughout the website and see exactly what they're doing. So now that you have a special trackable link and a dedicated landing page, you can easily track your traffic and see what exactly they're doing on your website once they land there. This gives you an amazing opportunity to continue to polish and optimize this landing page to maximize conversions on your website. And finally, the fifth and last mistake, and that is the notion that Instagram is free. Yes, it's free to use, but if you want to see real results and benefits of Instagram, you should let this notion that social media marketing is free stop you from putting a few dollars behind your content to give it a boost it deserves. Of course, you can slowly build your following organically, and that is totally fine, But it's nice to know that you can give that additional boost to your handle and your content to accelerate the process. There's still some kind of stigma surrounding companies promoting their content. It's almost looked down upon, and it's a huge marketing mistake. While smart marketers understand the need to boost their reach, especially with an ever-declining organic reach, to see real results. It is pay-to-play type of scheme, and you have to accept it at this point. So let me know by commenting in the comment box below whether you've tried Instagram advertising, and also let me know this: if you have tried Instagram advertising, were you happy with the results you've got? And if you haven't tried it, whether you're considered trying it. So have you tried Instagram advertising, yes or no? And then have you at least considered it? And if you've done it, were you satisfied with the results? I would love to know. Let me have a full disclosure here. I'm not saying that you should mindlessly waste money on Instagram. In fact, I highly advise against just boosting all of your posts, because this is wasting money and you want Instagram to make you money, not waste it, right? What I do recommend is, if you do want to see your content get some sort of virality factor, promote it correctly. So what do I mean by that? This equation has two parts to it. Two things need to happen in order for Instagram advertising to be well justified. On one hand, you have to put your best foot forward and only promote your most stellar content. Think of paid Instagram promotion as a way to put gasoline on a fire, not as a way to push some low-quality nonsense into more feeds. See what content usually performs best, or which post has garnered a lot of engagement. This is a good indicator of stellar, engaging content that has a chance of going viral and bringing in a lot of additional engagement through a paid boost. Also, another way to identify the content that might do great when promoted is the content that serves one or multiple content objectives: entertain, educate, empower, and engage. Strive to post something that strikes the chord of at least one of these E's, the more the better. Finally, don't forget that Instagram is all about bold imagery and aspirational lifestyle. How can you, through your images, create this association with aspirational lifestyle? Identify what makes your product or offering cool, what people in your target audience would want to be associated with, and go for the gold. The second part of the strategy is ensuring that content you're promoting is really relevant to your target audience. Never promote your stuff just to be seen by anyone. Use highly targeted strategies that will ensure that your content is seen by the audiences who need to see it. Be very specific here. It is crucial that you know your target audience. Not only does it help to target the right people on Instagram, it is also one of the determinants of the success of your ads. When you know your audience members and correctly target them online, your cost per click will be extremely low. Plus, when you know whom you're talking to, you'll know what to say to them. What are their needs and struggles, their interests? How can you entice them to click on your ad? So if you have amazing content that deserves to be seen by people and you know who those people are you're after with your content, then it's well justified ad spend. One thing, though, that a lot of advertisers often overlook is the context in which their ads are being served. Context is essential not only because it makes your ads look organic and unforced in the feed, it's also a key detail because the same ad can perform completely different in two different situations. What if visitors are casually scrolling through their feed in the grocery store lane on a Tuesday night? They probably will forget all about your fancy nightclub that has a free cover on Saturday. But what if they're out on a Saturday night with some friends and the ad for your bar, which is 15 minutes away, comes up? They'll be likely to check it out. So these two considerations are important not only for advertising on Instagram, but advertising in general. So now that we've covered all 5 common Instagram marketing mistakes, I hope I made you think of some of the things that you might unknowingly do wrong. And I hope your creative juices are flowing. Let me know how many of these mistakes you've done in the comment section. Yeah, I see a lot of mistakes. So what I have to say to you is that you don't have to feel overwhelmed and frustrated with Instagram. I have a course that will show you a clear roadmap to success. One thing you have to do daily, one thing to do weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. How easy is that? Introducing Cracking the Instagram Algorithm course. You probably think that you need to spend hours a day on Instagram, that you need to spend a lot of money to see high engagement, you need a lot of followers for your content to be pushed into Explore section. Perhaps you think that you need to be some sort of celebrity for people to like and follow your account, or maybe you need to be an epic photographer to have an appealing, follow-worthy feed. To all of that, I say none of this is true. So in this course, we will cover the different pieces that make up an amazing and profitable Instagram presence, and that is branding, engagement, and community. I get it. You're busy running your business and you're feeling overwhelmed with the sheer volume of contradictory marketing advice out there. So I will share with you 6 simple growth strategies that have been distilled to its essence to help you gain clarity, get the most for your efforts, and stay ahead of your competition. So what's included in the course? In the introductory chapter, we will be setting up the foundation for your success, ensuring your Instagram feed doesn't only look good but also attract the right audience. We will also craft strong positioning and enticing messages, and we'll be telling your brand story through all creative tools. Then in chapter 1, which is our daily task, we will be earning a preferential treatment from the Instagram algorithm itself, finding optimal posting time specifically for your account and your audience, amplifying engagement on your content with organic tactics, and winning authentic followers with one particularly effective tactic. In chapter 2, which is our weekly task, we will be streamlining your content production with a productivity hack, crafting a cohesive and well-developed storyline, creating a well-rounded experience on your feed, and we'll be hacking the content creation process to save you time and effort. In chapter 3, which is our monthly task, we will be ensuring your content is seen by your ideal audience, uncovering your audience's content preference. This is really important, as we've just covered. Discovering what people do on your website once they come from Insta, and gaining an amazing insight into your audience's behavior. And then in chapter 4, which is our quarterly task, we will be solidifying your positioning as a go-to brand, leveraging a vibrant Instagram community, and building strategic partnerships within it, and gaining new followers quickly with one particularly useful organic hack. And finally, in chapter 5, which is our yearly task, we will be leveraging paid promotion, uncovering new excited audiences, optimizing your ads for maximum results, and taking advantage of all the insight you've already got in this course to plan ahead. So all of this goodness is just one payment of $149. There's a lot of content that I laid out in a very straightforward manner that helps you gain clarity in your strategy instead of overwhelming you with a lot of marketing lingo and technicalities. This course is for business owners who understand the importance of Instagram in today's modern marketing, who want to grow their Instagram profile and see it become an effective tool in building relationships with existing clients and customers and attracting new business as well. I will not teach you how to set up Instagram account. You already know how to do that. What I will teach you though is crazy effective tactics and nuances that will take your Instagram marketing to the next level. So I want to ask you whether you're ready to invest in your business and get new business and new sales from Instagram that will well cover today's investment. So head over to crackingtheinstagramalgorithm.com and select your level. And again, thank you so much for getting on this webinar with me. Please let me know what questions and comments you have in the comment section, And thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.